Hi guys. Okay, so I am assuming that you finished your rough draft. That was your job. So we are going to revise and edit, and I have my colored pencils. If you don't have your red and your either blue or purple, I'm okay with blue or purple. If you don't have those, now's a good time to pause the video and grab those out of your supply bin. And I'm going to grab my papers out of my to-do work. Remember, these are fun to keep just because our teachers like to see our writing process. It is something that they do include on the report cards that we do. They want to see if you can revise and edit and you can take writing through the process of doing a rough draft and a pre-write. So even though I'm done with my pre-write now, I'm going to put it in my finished work folder. Remember, you have two folders. Yours may be different colors than mine, and that's okay. This is my finished work folder. It's getting kind of thick because I've got all of these reading packets in here that I've been doing, and I've got all of my math in here that I have been doing, and I have all my old drafts. So I'm going to go ahead and just slide my pre-write in here because I no longer need it, but when I do turn it into my teacher, I definitely want to make sure that they get that. So there, it's in my finished work. Now it's safe and it won't go flying around. If you've ever noticed when you have loose papers, you lose them a lot. At least I do. So I have my paper and it's time for us to edit and revise today. And I think that we can do this all in one day. So, you guys are getting to be pros at this. Here we go. I have my papers to remind us what we're looking for. Remember when we revise, this is an ear, we revise with listening. So I'm going to read my paper just kind of a little out, like a little whisper out loud. And I'm going to look for anywhere that I want to add details, maybe remove words or sentences that we don't need in our story. Maybe I'll move words or sentences around that don't seem like they're in the right space. Although if you did a pre-write, they're probably in the right order. Or I'm going to look for words that I want to substitute or trade, or even sentences for better ones. And I can already think of one when I was writing my story. I told you about it. So here we go. Spooky Sister by Mrs. Heffa. It was a dark and windy night. I was at home watching TV on my brown couch. I was enjoying a popcorn snack. So I said it was, I was. And so that's a lot. So I think I want to change this. What do I want to change it to, you guys? I was at home watching TV. You guys probably have great ideas, and you're probably shouting them at your Chromebook right now, and I wish I could hear you. I was at home watching TV on my brown couch. I was enjoying a popcorn snack. Charlie, would you quit playing with things? Oh my gosh, this cat, you guys. I was enjoying a popcorn snack, but I'm going to ignore my distraction. Focus. Be a learner. So talk. How about I say, instead of I was right away, what if I insert yum, I was enjoying a popcorn snack. Then at least there's a break in between. I think I'll go with that. Suddenly I heard someone say bloody finger in a high-pitched, ghostly voice. It freaked me out. I needed to find out where the voice was coming from. I checked the kitchen, but no one was there. I heard it again, bloody finger. I checked my room and my parents' room, but nobody was there. I heard it again, but it was much louder. Bloody finger, it wailed. It was close. I chose wailed instead of yelled because I thought, ooh, that's a good vocab word. It was close. I turned the corner and checked the bathroom, and there was my little sister crying. She'd cut her finger and was saying, bloody finger, I need a Band-Aid. So I got my little sister a Band-Aid and gave her a hug. We snuggled on the couch together, and I shared my popcorn with her. I'm so glad it was her making the noise and not a ghost. I want to say something about the TV. We snuggled on the couch so we could watch TV together. So we could watch TV together, and I shared my popcorn with her. Okay, I like that. I'm actually really happy with this. There's not a lot I would change. I like this little story. Okay. If you are revising yours, remember, stop, don't panic, just pause. Pause the video and revise your story, and then you can do editing with me. I'm assuming if you're at this part of the video that you paused it and you revised and now you're ready to edit. Okay, here we go. I've got my red pencil now. I'm going to edit with my eyes. I've already read it out loud. It sounds good. It makes sense. The reason why we read it is so that it makes sense when we read. Because sometimes when you just read it without reading it out loud, you don't realize that some of the things don't quite make sense. Trust me. I'm going to edit with my eyes. I'm looking for correct capitals. I'm looking for punctuation at the end of my sentences. And if someone is talking, quotes. And because it's a story, I really tried to put quotes in it. Because in 3rd grade, that's like our big thing, is really trying to get those quotes in. That and details. And usage, correct nouns and verbs. So if I said I was enjoying a popcorn snack, I didn't say I enjoyed a popcorn snack. I'm using correct nouns and verbs. And I'm going to check for spelling. And I know that there is one that I do want to look at. So I'm just going to look through here. Capitals, punctuation, capitals, punctuation. I put quotes around what I was saying. Capital. When I stands alone, it should be a capital, even if it's not the beginning of a sentence. When it's standing alone, it's a capital. This doesn't quite look like a capital I. I didn't put my lines on it, so I'm just going to remind my brain, hey, when you type this, remember, that's a capital. And remember, I like to put these 3 little lines, and that reminds me to spring it up into a capital. I needed to find out where the voice was coming from. I checked the kitchen, but no one was there. I heard it again. I wonder if nobody is one word. So I'm going to circle it and put SP with a question mark. That means spelling question mark. I'm curious. I'll see when I type. It might tell me then. If not, I'll look it up. I heard it again, but it was much louder. My finger, it wailed. I want to see if wailed is spelled correctly. I'm not sure. Spelling, question mark. It was close. I turned the corner and checked the bathroom, and there was my little sister crying. She cut her finger and was saying, my finger, I need a Band-Aid. I'm pretty sure that's how you spell Band-Aid, but I'm just going to circle it and put a spelling question mark to double check. So far, I've been really awesome with my capitals and punctuation. I only had one that I was like, maybe. So I'm pretty pleased with myself right now. There's Band-Aid again, but if I find out that it's not spelled like that, I'll change it here too. I'll just do a little red line to remind me. And I never said my little sister's name, so it's not a capital. Her name, by the way, is McKenna. And we are like best friends, even though she's 9 years younger than me. All right, so I'm pleased with this. I edited mine pretty quickly because I want to give you as much time as possible to revise and edit your paper. You know what to do for revising and editing. Remember, revise with your ears. You're going to read it through at a whisper level, looking to add details, remove things that you don't need or don't make sense, or maybe move around words or sentences that aren't quite in the right spot, or substitute, that means trade words or sentences for newer, better ones, like I did when I was adding yum to make it a little bit better, or when I added wailed instead of yelled, because that was much more exciting. And then you're going to edit with your eyes, just looking through it, making sure your capitals are there at the beginning of a sentence, and if there's a name, and there's correct punctuation at the end of every sentence. And if you have dialogue where someone is talking, you have those little bunny quotes around it. Call them bunny ears. And your usage is correct. You don't say, and then I runned to the fridge. You say, and then I ran to the fridge. And you're going to check for spelling and circle it if you're not sure to check on it later. Okay, that's your task today. Take your time now. If you finish your little project this afternoon with social studies and you're already done with that and you have some extra time, I suggest making sure that you've got this all ready to go. If you want to and you finish it and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to type it, go ahead and start typing it. I'm okay with that. But tomorrow we will type it and send it off to our teacher. Okay? All right, guys. Have fun with revising and editing today your spooky or not so spooky story. And I will see you tomorrow for typing. Yay!